Welcome to Bird's Eye View. I'm Brad Beauchamp, EV Product Segment Leader at Bluebird. Today we have Nathan Bateman, Senior Manager of Bluebird Academy Training and Technical Publications. Hello, Nathan. How you doing today?
Good morning, Brad. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here today. So let's talk training. Training is super important, right? It's in the years that I've had, it's probably the most important thing because it helps everybody feel more comfortable and track. So let's talk a little bit about the history of the Bluebird Academy and some of the pieces that come together with that.
Sure. I started working at Bluebird back in 2018, and it was kind of the buddings of Bluebird Academy at that time. It was me, Carol Dietrich, and Glenn Brawley, to call them by name, and we were just a team putting stuff together. We started with sales certification and was trying to move into technician certification. But over the past 8 years or so, it's really kind of grown into, I think, an integral part of the company as a whole, and especially for the aftermarket side on customer and dealer side.
Oh, great. So how long is the Academy with those folks you had mentioned? It sounds like it was started before you. Do you know what the history of it is, how long it's been around?
Well, they had been doing it maybe about 6 months before I came on. They were waiting. I was contracting with them when it was kind of starting. So it was about 6 months or before that they had started that. And I just kind of officially came on 6 months later. Right.
Great. So what are the parts of the Bluebird Academy? How is it set up? Give me some idea and background on what that looks like.
Sure. So Bluebird Academy was originally designed for the dealer side. At some point, it also transitioned into the internal side, which is a whole different kind of wing of it. But we also have an internal Bluebird Academy that handles the manufacturing training. My side that I'm charged with is the dealer side. And so the mission of Bluebird Academy is to ultimately develop programs that are going to have a systematic route for the development of dealer technician personnel as well as the customer. So Bluebird Academy's goal is ultimately to grow the employees at the dealers to further fulfill their role and to assist the dealers themselves with having a mapped out plan of growth for their employees through our programs. And we also, obviously, with the technical publications side, try to make our documentation support all of our training materials.
Super, super interesting. So this is all customer facing when you really look at it, right? It's customer facing for the dealers and helping them to better sell the product, and also technical side to be able to repair the product when it's out there. So it's progression, I would imagine, right? You got to progress from one to the other. So let's talk a little bit about how, it's an academy, right? How is that set up? How do you progress? How do you get started and then move to the next level?
It's a good question, Brad. And our training has, we've been kind of a steady Freddy. I won't call us speedy, but I will call us steady. So we have a program called Associate Level Technician Certification. This level is the foundational level. It's open to dealers and customers, but the prescription, not that it's up to us, but we would love if, every dealer would complete the associate level. You can also test out of the associate level. If your competence level is already at such a level where you feel that you could just test out of it, it is a certification, so you do have to pass a test, but we've had several of our dealers just test out of the associate level. But that's like the foundational groundwork level, a very broad scope, often used for new hires at dealers who have come from heavy truck or have come from the automotive side to acquaint them with the school bus side and just the internal Bluebird systems that are needed to truly service a bus. And then once you have that, we have what we call the advanced level, which has several specialties. So you have low voltage electrical, and then you have chassis, then you have Ford powertrain, and then you also have EV. So each specialty has several courses of study, and once you complete those courses in that course of study, then you're considered a master technician in that level. Now, I'm talking about all this as if it's completely developed, because it is right up here, but we're still working on getting that advanced level some feet behind it. But it is moving, and it is moving fairly quickly now. And so I anticipate a lot of good potential with the program, not only through the equipping of our dealers, but there's a lot of different application contexts that these certifications could be integrated into. Particularly, I'm thinking of technical colleges or even high schools who don't have an automotive program locally. And we want to support the community as well through what we're doing, because there's a lot of application potential for what we're doing. But hopefully, when it's all said and done, we'll have a solid, robust training program to where someone could come on to a Bluebird dealer and really want to make a career and grow in their career in whatever area or concentration they want to pursue.
That's awesome. So the academy could actually be something that somebody does as a lifetime career. They could actually take some Bluebird Academy training at the dealer level and potentially make that their vocation. It's interesting because, Bluebird's been around nearly 100 years.
Nearly 100 years.
Right? And everybody thinks the big yellow school bus is kind of all just one flavor, right? But you just rolled off that we have, Ford powertrain certification. We have EV going on. Obviously, that entails some partners as well on that. How do you actually lay out the introductory to how, I'll say, diverse it is in, a school bus, right? We build the body and chassis, and there's all those different flavors. There's electrical, there's the mechanical portion of the bus itself. There's all, seats and windows and seatbelt systems and airbags. And then there's the things that drive it down the road, like EV or propane or gasoline or diesel, right? Is there an introductory course somebody can take to just kind of understand the whole, what is school bus?
Yes, and I think that goes back to the associate level that I mentioned at the beginning. The topics that you mentioned, you have the Ford side, the propane fuel system, EV, body side, window install, seats, as you mentioned. All these things are in the associate level. So those topics and that initial level is designed to do what you just described, right? And your ability to pass the exams. There's 2 exams in the associate level, but the passing of those exams, you are certified. I mean, you're a certified associate level Bluebird technician, and I think that gives it some value that you have to actually pass a test. And we have close to 200 certified technicians, predominantly dealers, but also customers and some of our fleet technicians as well as many of the internal field service engineers. When they first come on, they engage the associate level to get accustomed to school bus.
So we have both internals at Bluebird that are going through academy courses, and we have our dealers going through these academy courses. What types of input do you get to be able to figure out what the next need is, right? Here's where we're sitting today. We've got this level to be able to progress to. What types of inputs are you getting to better enhance the courses that are out there and maybe even design new courses?
That's a great question, Brad, because that's important. If you don't do that, you really are not going to have a program that is going to be useful to what your audience wants. But as to the how, we lean on our field service team a lot. They're interfacing with the dealers regularly. Once you're a certified associate level technician, one of the benefits is you get exclusive access to our quarterly webinars. And these webinars are informed by field service to try to tailor content to whatever the technicians would like to hear about or learn about in that brief hour. But we consistently try to get input from the field. We try to pull it from them, and they also push it to us. And so that's one part, is just to stay in communication with field service and with our community of certified technicians. But also, we react to product. right? So whenever new product comes along, there has to be training out there that's going to equip people to service either that new feature, like the airbag, or new powertrains altogether, like in the EV product, right? So we react to product, and we try to keep the line of communication open with field service and our existing certified technician population.
Great. So it sounds like you get some really good inputs to be able to know which direction to track. And we've always got something going on, don't we? Always something new. Even though we're almost 100 years old, every day there's something new coming on.
Don't forget to check out our new Bluebird merchandise store at the URL at the top of your screen.
So let's talk a little bit about the delivery method of these. I'm a very visual person, right? And hands-on. I like to be able to see when I'm trying to learn something. I like to be able to see it, kind of walk through it and understand it. What types of delivery does the Bluebird Academy offer to both our internals as well as our dealer attendees?
It's a good question, Brad. And you can go for a high quantity with the online side. Our associate level is completely online. And more or less self-paced. We do have a certain amount of time that we want people to get through. There are human interactions in the proctored exam sessions. We also have in-person trainings that we've done where we will put on, usually during the summer, because that's when there's a little more time for technicians to actually attend the training. But we've put on trainings in recent years down in Fort Valley. We've done one in Indiana, partnered with McAllister, our dealer there, to put on a very large training. There was like 96 people there. And we also have done one out in Colorado with partnership with Colorado West, where we had 80 some odd people there. So we try to do events, and we bring in the big guns, so to speak, who are, ones who really have the solid knowledge on the product. So that's one in-person outlet. We also respond to our dealers when they put in requests. I mean, between 15 and 20 requests come in per year, and those can be for a variety of things, but predominantly we train on electrical, the NEA, and Ford powertrain. We also do a ton of EV training, as you know, and you've even done, Brad, you've even done some of those trainings yourself, right?
Yes.
So we try to, we think that in-person obviously is the ideal. And so we try to save the content that is, I would say, I guess at a higher level for in-person. Like what makes the cut for in-person depends on the content level of, I won't say complexity, but maybe just there's a lot to learn, and you would benefit a lot more from asking questions and interacting with a subject matter expert. So I think the methodology, we want to begin to lean more and more towards in-person. And I'll mention again that those concentrations, those specialties, Ford powertrain, EV, chassis, those things are all still in development, but we will, I would say for sure, by the next calendar year, 2026, that we would have some of those certification routes fully functional. And that's dangerous business saying this on a podcast, but ultimately, we have to. We ultimately have to. If we don't have it, then we're not going to be able to prepare our dealers or our customers to really be prepared to service all the new product, particularly in the EV space that we're coming out with.
That's awesome. So we've got Bluebird Academy online. Obviously, there's in-person training and even remote training in some of those areas. So it sounds pretty comprehensive. Now, there's a lot of partners involved in this, right? We've got Ford with their powertrain. We got Roush that's doing fuel systems for those powertrains and the accessories that go on those powertrains. EV, we've got Cummins. We've got a relationship with Exos, right? That's out there. You've got IMI for your seat belts in that we added a standard last year. Got the airbag coming on, which IMI's helped us with as well. How do you interface with those partners to be able to get the information you need to make it Bluebird-specific content for the Bluebird Academy?
Yeah, that's a good question too, Brad. Our partners are great. They're the ones that really feed us the content that we need, because primarily, I mean, Bluebird is an integrator. We integrate a lot of suppliers into our product. And so the collaboration usually takes place, once the engineering design is pretty set, then we engage our partners like Emmy. This is the most recent one, so I'll talk about that. And we try to send our technical trainers to their training that they come and do. And then once we have aligned with them, we may utilize them at the beginning to actually assist us with some of the training delivery. But the goal is always to bring it in-house and become the source of training to the dealer and customer network, because it is our product. It can be a challenge sometimes with the amount of OEMs that do have input in terms of compiling the product, but we definitely appreciate the opportunity to take it and learn it and then make it our own and then deliver it. And that happens all the time, which is why our certifications aren't just one and done. You have to renew every couple of years. And so that's another benefit of certification, to stay abreast of the product. Your certification renewal is going to hit, at a 2-year interval. And so you're going to stay up to date, because we're staying up to date in the content that we put in there.
That's awesome. So Nathan, been doing this since 2018. Here we are rolling through. What do you see for the future of the Bluebird Academy, or is it secret? We don't really know right at this point. We got to keep it top secret. What do you see the future going forward for Bluebird Academy?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's obviously not my Bluebird Academy. It's a whole team, and it's not just the Bluebird Academy training team. It's Bluebird as a whole. Our efforts are aligned with the company's efforts. Wherever the company is going, we try to support in that way. So we flex our muscles in the direction that the company is moving the best we can. But as far as the way we do that and the system that we want to use is, I think from a program standpoint, we have a training model with these levels that I've spoken of, associate, advanced, and master, that we think would fit any growth need, or no matter what the product is, to maintain a certain level of expertise. You're sowing into people's lives and professional growth, and you're also, creating a more complete technician in the field, because you have provided the resources for them to function at a high level. And it is challenging, as you said, because of all of the inputs that that the product is made up of. It's difficult to stay abreast of all that. But that's even more of a reason why our technicians or our dealers are such good technicians, is because they have to adjust to all these new things all the time. And we want to help them do that through a training program that is pacing with the product and also helping them grow in their professional area.
Yeah, and it's all about your children's safety is our business right here.
That's exactly
Bluebird,
right.
Super important. Training is super important. Nathan, thanks so much for being here today. Any closing thoughts or remarks?
I'll just say thank you for having me. It's been an honor. Thank you, Brad.
That's a bird's eye view of the Bluebird Academy.